women who identify as men have a lot of times like a hyper-masculine way of presenting themselves, and the reverse so with men who say they're who identify as women. They sort of hyper-feminize themselves and act like a caricature, or not a caricature, but like do all the things that we would typically associate with that a feminine gender all at once, really. And Mr. Schaefer, you obviously came, you dressed well, you present yourself, you have like your clothes are clean, you have you're wearing nice clothes, but then Miss Destiny, you're wearing
yeah, what? Go ahead.
You're wearing, sir, you're wearing a just like a wrinkled t-shirt a little bit, and then sweatpants. And well, I would like to ask you, one, why you think particular, if there's a reason with that, but then to both of you, why, what you think to a degree that presentation of yourself has to deal with how you feel.
Mr. Sweatpants.
So I think the first part that I have to address is that my shirt is not slightly wrinkled. Fuck you. Okay, number one. So I'm inventing new words here, but I've talked to enough trans people that I feel pretty confident saying this. I feel like there's two types of dysphoria that you can experience. I think one is you have like this very real biological dysphoria. You look in the mirror and you don't look like the sex that you want to be. Men tend to have a certain shape. Women tend to have a certain shape, tend to put on fat in certain ways, and you can look in the mirror and you can feel like, fuck, this is not who I want to be. This is not who I am. I think there's also like a social dysphoria. So when we communicate with each other, we never truly know what's in the... Fuck, I have to answer this quickly. We don't really know what's in the other person's mind ever. All we can do is you say words to me, and then I can guess that hopefully we're sharing or communicating a similar idea. We got the same model. When you address me as a man, and I hear you say that, then that's good. It means we've got like a congruence in our mental models. In our mental models, I see myself as a man. I think you see me as a man. So that congruence makes me feel good. If there's an incongruence there, if I feel like I'm a woman and you address me as a man, you see me as a man, well, now I feel like a little bit bad because there's like the social dysphoria. We're like, well, I feel like I should be a woman. I feel like I'm presenting as a woman, but you're not perceiving me as such, and then that kind of creates like a negative feeling there. So yeah, I think there's a difference between like a biological dysphoria and like a social dysphoria, and then usually when trans people, the first transition they make will be a social transition generally, where they're trying to, at the very least, wear the right clothes, have the right hairstyles, and present in a way that like more associates with the gender they have in their head.
Yeah, simply put, we don't need Transgender Awareness Day because we are very aware all year on who's transgender. It's very clear that there are differences. That's why there's even a category given. And I think the biggest disservice then that transgenders have really done is this idea of needing awareness, because that's only that we haven't defined not only what transgenderism is, but we allow anyone at any stage to have the full acknowledgement, full access to all of the luxuries or the new rights that transgender people are fighting for. And so it's like, if you're just playing dress up, it's ma'am person, it's ma'am. It's like, okay, dude, like listen, if people mistook you for a man, you shouldn't freak out a little bit because you're just playing dress up and you're not doing a very good job at it. And I understand they could be at a different place in their transition or whatever, but I feel like because we haven't defined it, or we don't acknowledge even in our culture when you become an adult, when you actually transition, there's not this like official moment. Everybody feels entitled to the same respect, the same acknowledgement, and you have dudes walking around in wigs that look like men, 6'4", and are like, how could you misgender me? And it's like, how could I not? So and I don't, and it's not to be disrespectful or to be mean. It's just like, I don't know what. Okay, fine, you're a chick, whatever. I don't know. It's confusing, and everyone's so confused that yeah, if people wanted to be taken seriously or taken a certain way, then they should look the part, try the part, and act the part. And I give credit to people like Buck Angel or Blair White, who, from a first glance, you could not tell that Blair is a man, is a man. I mean, will always be a man in my opinion, or that Buck is a woman. Buck's even weirder. Buck's more of a man than I am in terms of physical appearance. Got to work on that. I asked Buck, I was like, can I borrow some of those hormones? A little T-shot. Yeah, so I think that even Buck would say that the old transsexuals have realized what they needed to do to be accepted or to be acknowledged, and the newer generation, where it's clearly just mental, aren't doing the part to try to be accepted, and that's why they're treated the way they are.